Good morning and welcome to Zen Fits here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world, but then you too are at the center of the world. The title of this talk is Where's the Blood of Jesus? I've always been curious about evangelical love for the blood of Jesus. You go look it up on Google Images, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus, the blood heals, the blood heals. What's going on? Um, I, um, so there's two different bloods here. There's the blood of the religious Jesus, and there's blood of the mystical Jesus. Uh, it's entirely different bloods. The blood of the religious Jesus is the blood of the body of the people. In other words, if you become an evangelical or a Christian, you belong and you identify with a body, a, a religious body, right? You identify with a body. If the body hurts, I hurt. If the body bleeds, I bleed. So when you belong to a body, a people, the people of Jesus, you see, the blood of Jesus is the bleeding of your people. And that's the bleeding of the victim. So this blood of the victim, the martyr, keeps the body of Jesus, the social body of Jesus, the people of Jesus alive. It's alive because it hurts. And who hurt me? Why, they did it. The Jews did it. The immigrants did it. The blacks did it. Somebody did it, you see. And that's why we hurt. And that is the blood of Jesus for the body of Jesus. But the blood of the mystical Jesus is entirely different. This is the heal. This is the blood of the of the of. In other words, the blood of Jesus is the wound that will not heal. So the wound that will not. Remember in the Tales of King Arthur, the Fisher King. Fisher King had a wound in his side, like Jesus, from a lance that would not heal. And only the Grail Knight, only the knight with a pure heart could heal that wound. And this was Sir Percival. He was the innocent, he was the knight with the innocent heart. And he became the Grail Knight. So he was on a quest for the Grail, the Holy Grail. And so he went into, this is according to Joseph Campbell, he went into the forest on his horse, and he dropped the reins to his horse and let the horse lead the way to the Grail Castle. That's metaphorical speaking for letting his nature lead the way. This was the pathless path. His horse led the way. His nature led the way. His body wisdom led the way, not his mind. He didn't have a map. He didn't have instructions. So he found the Grail Castle. And in order to release the pain or heal the wound of the Fisher King, the Grail Knight had to ask the authentic question. And the first time Sir Percival found the Grail Castle and got in, he asked a prepared question. He asked a question about what he thought he should ask. It was an inauthentic question. And he was kicked out and he lost and the castle disappeared. And now he had to start his quest all over again, which was unheard of. He had to find the Grail Castle all over again, the pathless path to the Grail. But he did. He found it again, and he again met the Fisher King. And now he asked a question from compassion. I forgot what, how are you, or what, what he asked a question from the heart, not from talking notes, not from what he should say, not from what people should think. He asked his question from the heart. And the Fisher King's wound was healed. Now there's another Grail story that we're more familiar with, and that is Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade on the quest for the Holy Grail. And so when Indiana Jones got to it, in order to get to the Grail, he was confronted with an abyss where there was no bridge. How did he get there? There was no instructions. There was no bridge. It was an abyss. He just stepped out. He stepped out on faith, not in faith in Jesus, not in faith in the myth, not in faith in God or whatever. He just stepped out on faith alone. If faith, then faith. And he stepped out and the bridge appeared and he was able to get to the Holy Grail. But then he had to give up the Holy Grail. He lost the Holy Grail. And then when they left the castle, he and his father riding away laughing, he was asked, "What did you get from this?" And Sean Connery, the father said, "Wisdom, wisdom," and they rode off laughing. So there are many Grail stories, but the point is, there is a point here, is that we're talking about the wound that won't heal. Now we all have a wound that won't heal. We all hurt. We all have this dissatisfaction with life. We all have this something is missing feeling. We all have this, there's more. This can't be it. Even billionaires say, well, this can't be it. There must be more, to try to get more money. Or they give it up. Whatever. But this feeling of more, this feeling of dissatisfaction that I'm missing something is the wound that won't heal. So we look for it in the wrong place. Now the religious person heals the wound by belonging to a people, a church, a body. These bodies there are thousands of different religious bodies, and it doesn't have to be a religious body. It can be a political body. It could be the bikers. The biker gang is a body. So we join these bodies, social bodies, whatever the name, secular or religion, to heal the wound that won't heal. And then it's like we displace our wound to the wound of the people. Now I become a body of people, a gang, a tribe, a religion that hurts. So my hurt, you see, is sublimated by the hurt of the group, and the group hurts because somebody did it. Somebody hurt me. It could be the government. It could be the police. It could be that other biker gang. It could be anything. The other. There has to be an other who hurts me. So we avoid the wound that won't heal by joining a group, a social body, and identifying with it becomes our identity, and the group's hurt becomes my hurt. And now I believe I can get rid of the hurt by getting rid of the other who's hurting me. This is MAGA. We hurt, and the liberals are doing it. So if we get rid of the liberals, we won't hurt. Easy peasy. So think about this. What is the blood of Jesus, and why are we looking for it in the wrong place? I have to find the hurt in me, not when I stop identifying with a body that hurts. It is then that I can begin to touch the wound that will not heal. Thanks for dropping in.